through this competition. And someone that is excellent at starting is Connor McLean. She has been a rock this freshman season for this LSU program.
And let me tell you, Connor can fly. LSU dominates the floor exercise. They're #1 in the country for a reason.
This is gonna be big, Anastasia. Beautifully done. Gets the stick on that. That is the way you wanna lead a competition to get that championship going.
And I love how she just holds that landing. Judges are looking for no movement in the back and also in the front. Holding that position is critical.
Connor really excels in her extension. You'll see in those leaps right there, the toe point she gets in the air, the extension and straight legs that she has is really impressive to the judges and exactly what they're looking for.
Again, another hold out of that combination pass. The second jump being higher than the first. Very, very important.
California. Now over to the floor exercise. Outstanding freshman Amari Drayton follows a 9.925 from McLean.
That was one of the best double layouts I have seen. The second flip was almost higher than the first. Amari trained with Simone Biles, so no surprise why her tumbling is so
Have you ever met her?
fast and so high.
Obviously, Allie, a teammate of Simone Biles on a gold medal winning team.
Maddie on beam finishing solid. 2 great routines for Cal on beam. Not an easy event to start off on.
You saw that little slide on her dismount. A half a tenth maybe, but that's a dismount. I've heard coaches say you just don't step on that. You just stick that particular skill every time. And that's okay, but let's keep an eye on those little things as we go through this meet because it feels like a little slide could be the difference between winning and coming in second. Anya Pilgrim now. We're talking about sensational freshman. Hard to say there's one better than her. Here she is, third up on vault. A pair of mid-9.8 scores for the Gators so far here.
Watch the way she floats into this. It's effortless. That was stunning. Hop forward, but the judges would prefer to see an over-rotation rather than an under-rotation.
Anya 13th in the nation on that event. It was first rotation above a 9.9. I already told you how big that is, but keep in mind, this is their best event. You expect these big numbers here. KJ Johnson now, she is absolutely special to watch here. She's next.
Watch the height of this tumbling pass. Doesn't even need to grab her legs. Most gymnasts have to help them with the rotation. KJ makes it look so effortless, gets so high, doesn't even need to grab them.
That was Ellis Osorio finishing up balance beam. Third hit in a row out of the gates here on beams. Gotta feel good for the Bears, especially opening on that event.
Over-rotated that 1.5. Speaking of not being too hard for that 1.5, had to be more patient with that landing.
Danny Ferris here, another freshman on vault for the Gators.
Wow, beautiful landing. I think that will only be a half attempt deduction for that. It's gonna be a big score. KJ on floor. In gymnastics, when you start on floor and you're so excited, it can be really hard to calm yourself down. You hear the crowd, and also they know that they can win this national championship. It is hard to do your normal under that kind of pressure. Beautiful double tuck last pass.
Very uncharacteristic mistake. I bet she's never made that mistake in competition as a Tiger, but they've got a stuck landing from MJ Frazier. Leah Finnegan takes to the floor. Right hand of your screen, you see our scoring tower from every athlete will be displayed there, all 6 of them for each team. Now keep in mind as you're looking at it, that lighter shaded score, that is currently the low score for that team. That's a score that will be dropped if all the other scores are higher. So remember that throughout today.
Aaliyah will put on a show for you. That first tumbling pass, Arabian, double front into a stag jump. is incredibly difficult, and jumping out of it gives her 1/10 bonus. This to get to a 10-0 start value on every single event.
Danny Ferris broke the 9-9 barrier for the Gators. Leanne Wong here trying to do the same.
Different vault than we've seen, super difficult. Tried too hard to stick that landing, stuck it day one in the semifinals. Landed with her chest a little bit too low, but very good vault and unique vault. More difficult than the other vaults that we've seen.
KJ Johnson, a 9.2875. That score hopefully will be irrelevant for the Tigers if they can get 3 more hits. One right here with Aaliyah Finnegan.
That 2.5 punch front is a pass that can give gymnasts a lot of issues. Similar to what happened to KJ, a lot of gymnasts get so excited and over punch front, and she did.
You better know your decimal places because we're going out 4 of them. That's a big score though, and here is the NCAA all-around champion this year, all year long, best gymnast in the country, Haley Bryant.
This tumbling pass, double front, one of the only gymnasts in the world to do.
Ellie Lazari will anchor this Florida Gator vault lineup.
The 1.5, that was beautiful because she was able to open her hips before the landing. Judges are paying attention to the body position in the air, and I could see she had enough height to open her body to be able to get that landing.
I'll tell you what, today in this opening rotation, one of the best in the business. Here's Kaya Johnson. She follows Haley Bryant's 9.9375. A hit from Johnson will erase that 9.2875 from KJ Johnson.
If that looks high to you on TV, in person, it's even more impressive and higher.
They are currently in 4th, so a little bit of work to do for them. She will lead things off there on even bars.
On vault, watch the height on this. One of the best Yurchenko vaults in the country out of a 9.
A great event for them. Number 2 in the nation here are the Tigers.
Yurchenko 1.5. Step forward, judges could take up to control in the landings.
She flew on the floor exercise, and Amari Drayton can fly here on vault as well.
Just learned this vault in September. That was fantastic.
A pair of 9.8625s for Cal over on vault. Savannah Shanehair's turn.
Very good vault from Savannah.
Training day, it's just easy for her. She has a good time. Kaya Johnson here on vault for the Tigers.
Most difficult vault being done in the competition. Yurchenko double twist, the type of vault that we see.
In my opinion, the greatest single piece of gymnastics done in the country.
Wow. Fantastic, different
Finish on those 2 events. Is that a disadvantage as we see Jeffrey getting started for the Tigers?
I think it could be, but in gymnastics, you have to be so mentally tough, and if any team can do it, it's LSU.
Maddie Williams leads off for Cal on ball.
Good ball, Yurchenko full, and then on bars, Alexis has struggled with this dismount right here. No issues today.
And it follows Drazer's 9.9. If you're going to put a freshman up first and get a 9.9 on beam at the NCAA Championship Finals, that's saying something. Ashley Cowan on bars for LSU.
Ashley just connected the right immediately into the shoot over. They do not have to hit that handstand because of the connection, but that was the best connection I've actually ever seen any gymnast do in the world. She almost hit that full hand,
which is a 10 on every single event, which is very difficult to do. Let's see if she can do it. Caught a little bit close on that Maloney. She did have some bent arms to try to bring up her momentum, but she is so strong. She hits every handstand right on top. Just the dismount here. And sticks are contagious. To the great LSU Tiger, Connor McLean, I don't want you to miss this. This is worth the price of admission right here. This release move, a piked Ray, caught a little bit too close. She was a little bit conservative on that catch. Beautiful transition to the low bar, hits that handstand. Again, last handstand is the most important, just the full-in dismount.
Only dropped her shoulder on that and just couldn't recover.
Savannah Shane here on bars, but Leanne Wong, one of the best gymnasts in the country, one of the best gymnasts in the world, and that is so uncharacteristic of her. They are going to have to count that 9.6625 now from win. Our first really big moment of this competition.
Had to repeat that front aerial in order to get that connection. Savannah on bars, double front, half twist, very difficult dismount for Leanne on beam, and did a good job tonight of doing that.
The best in the country now, Haley Bryant, for LSU on bars.
Because of handstand positions like that, she's going to do a Jaeger release move. What makes Haley so special is she has the ability to get a 10 on every single event.
Currently the NCAA leader in 10.0s for athletes currently competing.
Gonna do a double front with a half twist.
Oh.
Squatted.
First gymnast on vault that puts so much pressure on the 5 to come, and also Maya Lazan for Cal on bars. This is big. They can drop that score, but they've got to get 5 more hits. Sierra Ballard on beam for LSU. Victoria Wynn on floor for the Gators. Gators got a ways to go. Over a half a point behind currently.
And hopefully both of these gymnasts on this event, Victoria and Sierra, do not know that the gymnast fell. Sometimes even when you're not watching, you can hear the crowd gasp, and it can be very distracting. Sierra on this event is a great leadoff. She's confident, takes a lot of pride on this. Sierra told me she imagines herself between 2 brick walls, reminds her to stay tight, squeeze every part of her body.
Ashley Knapp, the main beam coach for LSU, just a mere 10 feet away from where we're sitting right now. And I tell you what, you can see the tension every time the gymnast does something well, the emotion coming out on this event.
And this LSU team needs this beam routine. This will give them a huge boost up.
Done more than most of us do all day long, and that has created a toughness that they have pride in, showing it right there. Now here we go, over to balance beam. Sierra Ballard, a 9.95 in the lead off. Here's Savannah Shane here.
Wow, not many gymnasts can get a 9.95 as a leadoff. Huge confidence booster. But Savannah can't get too excited. She's got to stay in her own world right here.
Don't count the Gators out. Victoria Wynn, a 9.9125 in the leadoff spot. Here's Lazari. They need some help from the top team, and they're getting it. Wow.
That will count as a fall. It is so hard to go last on beam, especially they know that they could win this competition. It is so much easier said than done to block out everything else and take it one skill at a time. Coach Clark says just focus on the 5 minutes in front of your face. If I could revise that in this moment, I would say focus on the skill in front of you. That's exactly what they have to do. If they're gonna win this, they need to be able to drop this score. Did a good job coming back for Dick on this event.
Again, the Cal Bears trying to drop that 9.475. Cesario's very good, 9.8875. Will go a long way. Connor McClain now on beam. She is a freshman. She's been perfect on this event. Needs to be here because Savannah Shane Hare's 9.3875 is the score they want to drop.
It's difficult ending on beam, but to have to go right after. Coach Clark says this is the most important routine in the competition because she is following a fall. She's gotta get the team's confidence back. Pay attention to the toe point, the releve that Connor has. Beautiful connection right there.
Anya Pilgrim on floor exercise. The third gymnast. Florida, the only team of the four not to have a major break here in the fourth rotation.
On floor, difficult 1.5 into double back. Florida has impressed me because they've been consistent. They are very calm and they just do their routines like they do every day in the gym. Side aerial, big test for Connor. On this screen, we have two gymnasts right here that I don't know if they realize how good they are.
Well, the world realizes she is the fourth gymnast to go. Connor McClain stopped the bleeding in a big-time way with a 9.9625. Three gymnasts to go. 3 hit routines from the Tigers, and enough for them to bring home their first title. MJ Frazier trying to do the same for the Cal Bears. Andy Leah 9.8875, the second one of those scores in a row for the Bears.
MJ doing a good job of being quick and dynamic. Right here for Kaya on beam is a big test for her. This is where she sometimes has trouble. No issues today. She told me she thinks about keeping her arms tight. MJ on bars, beautiful double layout, stuck dismount.
Utah not going away, a pair of 9.9125s for them. They've got 2 yet to go. They've got to be perfect vaults.
What I like about watching Kaya on this event is she is attacking the beam. She is sure of herself. I can see it in her gymnastics, and it's why she's been so solid. Watch her feet and her knees as she hits the beam on this. She flies on her dismount. Watch her knees on the round off. Wow. Haley Bryant.
You know it. Here she goes. Perfect on the season.
I really enjoy the choreography in Sloane's floor routine. It's fun to be able to see her personality. I spoke to Haley, and she told me that Coach Clark tells her your normal is enough. Helps calm her down before pressure situations like this.
Jaden Rucker, a 9.9 for Utah.
I can see Haley taking deep breaths in between every skill. Allows her to be patient and think about each skill. Standing punch front, big test for her. Most people can't even do that standing on the floor.
Gabby Perea now on the uneven bars, follows a 9.9125 from Frazier. They need a couple more 9.9s here.
Wow. Excellent.
In the footsteps of her sister Sarah and became an LSU Tiger. She's done this gymnastics thousands of times, but in this sport, you raise your hand once and you get one shot. This is Aaliyah's shot.
This first skill right here is a huge test for Aaliyah. She's going to connect 3 skills in a row. This will set the tone. Back handspring, layout, layout. Wow. Fantastic.
Finnegan needs a 9.6875. Write it down if you're at home. Better than that, LSU gets their first national title.
Front aerial right here. The thing about Aaliyah is her arms are so tight. And just the dismount. Just the dismount. Gainer full. Wow! You can see it on her face.